I'm Whitney Ward. Well, a heat wave is about to hit the inland Northwest. In fact, in a lot of places, it already feels like it's here. There are at least 3 days in the triple digits in the forecast this week. And we, of course, know that heat can be dangerous, even deadly. So tonight, we are tracking the preparations by the city to keep people safe as we are now bracing for very hot days ahead. But before we get to any of that, we want to go straight outside to our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo, where you know firsthand it's pretty hot out there already.
Yeah, Whitney, believe it or not, right now we sit at the warmest we have been so far this year. And I can attest to it as I am standing outside right now. We sit at 94 degrees. Warmest we've been up until now has been 93 degrees, which we have done twice. One of those days was this past Sunday. We're talking serious heat, and today is just a taste of what is to come. We're up to 94 right now, 93 in Coeur d'Alene, 90 up in Sandpoint. Welcome to the 90s. And up in the triple digits already across much of central Washington. But as I mentioned, this is just a taste of what is to come. Right now, we have heat advisories in place. But as we get into tomorrow afternoon, heat advisories turn into excessive heat warnings. That is this bright pink shaded area for temperatures approaching, if not in the triple digits, excuse me, not single digits, triple digits. Overnight, we're going to watch temperatures fall from the mid 90s down into the mid 60s. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because remember that first hour of the day is always the coldest time. So open the windows, let in some of that cool air, because as we get into tomorrow afternoon, we go from temperatures down in the 50s and 60s to once again up knocking on the door of the triple digits. Tomorrow, even warmer than today, and coming up, we're talking that triple digit heat. I'll let you know how long it sticks around and just how it happens.
All right, we'll be ready for that, Jeremy. Thank you. And you may remember last summer, 20 people died in Spokane County during an unprecedented heat dome. Gonzaga's Climate Center then made a map of where each of those deaths took place to learn more about what went wrong and where. And when you take a look at that map, a majority of those deaths happened in and near the downtown core of Spokane. Most of the victims were in their 60s and 70s. The city of Spokane now says it is expanding how it's helping the community stay cool and safe during this upcoming heat wave. The plan includes increasing the hours at some of Spokane's libraries and keeping them open until 8 p.m. for people to get in there and get a break from the heat. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley is joining us now live from the brand new Hilliard Public Library with more about the city's plan. Amanda?
Yeah, hi, Whitney. The Hilliard Public Library just opened this year, and it is one of the 4 Spokane public libraries staying open late to help you stay cool this week. Now, starting tomorrow through Saturday, these 4 libraries will open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., offering an air-conditioned space to cool down. Now, the city says over the last 2 years, various library branches have been undergoing major renovations and updates, which meant they were not an option during last year's heat dome. Now that they are, the city says the libraries offer more convenient access to cool down in more Spokane neighborhoods. The 4 libraries open late will serve nearly 1,800 people, whereas the city recorded the Loof Carousel reached a capacity of 731 over 10 days during last year's heat wave. Still, administrator of the Spokane Homeless Coalition, Barry Barfield, is critical of the city's plan this year. He says the plan won't reach the most vulnerable in the community.
I wish the city had coordinated with social service providers, with medical providers. Those folks know who is at risk, and they're not necessarily going to be looking for help. They're just going to stay in their dangerous place. And just like we have last year and actually all across the country, people are going to die because no one has sought out to help them.
Now, last year, Barfield compiled a robust document listing cooling resources available and transportation to those facilities. He says so far this year's list is short, and it only includes the city's list of libraries and resources offered by some social service or services. Now, he does expect that list to grow as the week gets hotter. Now, in addition to these 4 libraries, I did pop into the Hilliard Public Library. It is so cute inside. It's cool, most importantly, but there are some games and activities for kids if you have a family that needs to cool down as well. In addition to these libraries, the city is encouraging people to visit its splash pads and pools across the city to stay cool. And it doesn't hurt to also make sure to check in on your neighbors. Reporting from the Hilliard Public Library, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Very good reminder, Amanda. Thank you very much. And the excessive heat means that some outdoor events in Spokane will not be happening this week. Spokane Riverfront Eats has now been canceled. That normally would have taken place tomorrow. So has the Kendall Yards Night Market on Wednesday. That is canceled as well for the safety of the vendors and visitors. They will both be back next week after the heat comes down a little bit. And we are continuing to monitor other outdoor events across Spokane. We'll make sure to bring you updates if there are any more cancellations this week. In other top headlines at this hour, 2 people were killed and 2 others hurt during a string of shootings in a Vancouver, BC suburb this morning. Police say that gunman was targeting homeless people. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police confirmed 1 person, the suspected shooter, was shot and killed. Authorities say there are several crime scenes in downtown Langley, which is about an hour outside of the Vancouver area. At one of the scenes, an unmarked police SUV had at least 7 bullet holes in the windshield and 1 right through the driver's side window. No word yet, though, on the gunman's motive. There was panic at a Dallas airport this morning after a woman started firing a gun into the air near the ticket counters. That happened right around 11 this morning at Dallas Love Field. The woman entered the airport near the Southwest Airlines ticket counter, went into the bathroom then to change into a hoodie apparently, and then walked out and fired off a round. One officer then shot the woman in the leg and arrested her before anyone was hurt. The airport, though, was put on lockdown for several hours. It is back to regular operations now. And also, again, still unclear of a motive for that shooting. A Moses Lake woman has died after falling into a Royal City irrigation canal. The woman has been identified as 46-year-old Brigetta Delgado. Witnesses told the Grant County Sheriff's Office she was trying to rescue a dog in the canal when she fell in. Authorities say the turbulence in that plunge pool trapped her, and they were only able to recover her body after the water released its grip. The Spokane Sheriff's Office is still looking for witnesses in a shooting on 5th Avenue near South Havana Street in the Valley earlier this month. So take a look at your screen. Police are looking for this vehicle and the driver specifically of this white Ford Expedition. There's a white ring on the outside of the front passenger tire with possible damage to the passenger side door. Police believe the people inside that car may have information on that shooting that happened on the night of July 8th. So if you have information on that vehicle, you're asked to please call Crime Check, and that number is right there at the bottom of your screen. The sentencing for former Idaho State Representative Aaron Von Ellinger's rape trial has now been postponed. He was already convicted back in April of raping a 19-year-old State House intern. An Ada County District judge granted a motion to postpone that sentencing in order to hear arguments on the motion for a new trial. The next hearing is scheduled for August 25th. A judge will then make a ruling on if he will be granted a brand new trial. And happening here in less than 30 minutes, Idaho Governor Brad Little will give the opening remarks for the Western Governors Association annual meeting. It's being held in Coeur d'Alene and it will run through most of this week. Today's remarks will be delivered out on the front lawn of the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Again, that's at 4:30 this afternoon. Little will also be taking questions at a press conference tomorrow.